and Girls Club, Bonnie Michul. And the following month will be Leslie Simmons from Carroll County Hospital. So come join us, all right? We'll start over here at the table.
Hi, I'm Mill Dixon with the Caramel Cattle, and we're located right here at Thunderhead, and we're in the process of expanding, and we'll have everything up and running by the 1st of September, so we're really excited about it.
Good morning, I'm Betsy Baker. I've gotten shorter. I just wanted to come and hear the good news again, and I keep coming, I love it.
Good morning, Diane Foster, Mayor Pro Tem, Tawnytown.
Good morning, Audrey Semino, Community Foundation of Carroll County. I have some good news and some better news. Next week we open a homeschool resource center where the old Boys and Girls Club used to be. It's going to be fantastic. So there's an open house on that Tuesday, so anybody who's in the neighborhood on Union Street, please feel free to drop in. The other thing is we've just taken on the pregnancy center at 95 Carroll that Tender Care kind of walked away from. So we're really excited about that. We've raised about $40,000 in 2 months to keep it going, and their employees are working for nothing right now. So people really want it to happen. A couple of things for the Community Foundation. On August 1st, there's going to be a barbecue down in Sykesville in the shopping center by the Walmart. The managers of the whole place have just called up and said, we want to do an event for you. So I said, yes, thank you very much. So that's August 1st, come down for some good barbecue. And then on the first part of September, September Song is giving us their preview night, and that's a benefit for the Community Foundation too. So yay, thanks.
I guess you will give me the mic. Good morning, my name is Robert Thomas, and I am accompanying my wife, LaShawn Thomas, and we just started 2 businesses. We're travel agents with Cutting Edge Vacations, and then the other business is called Blue Mob Entertainment. I'm also a DJ. We both live here in Tawnytown. We've been in Tawnytown for about 6 years now. I think we moved here in 2013, and that's it. What brought me here was I actually used to work at Silver Oak, so that's kind of how I got out this way. Thank you.
Morning, Ken Mercer with the Advertising Advantage. We're a full-line distributor of promotional items.
Hi, good morning. I'm Heather Hawkins with Restoration One of Central Maryland. This is my first time here, but we are a fire, water, smoke, and mold company. So if you get any sort of water in your house, like the people have been this last week, I would love to come in and dry you out before you get any mold or any kind of nastiness from that water. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. I'm Galen Krebs with Metro Public Adjustment Incorporated. I'm a licensed public insurance adjuster licensed by the state to help homeowners when they have damage to their property or business owners who have property damage. Galen Krebs, Metro Public Adjustment.
Dean Camlin, architect from Westminster.
Good morning, everyone. Neil Rope with Springdale Preparatory School.
Good morning. My name is Kristen Zimmer. I'm a certified senior advisor and owner of Wind Chimes. Wind Chimes provides a free service for seniors and more importantly their families who are unsure what to do with their aging loved ones as far as independent living, assisted living, memory care, long-term care. And again, because I've partnered with most all the local retirement agencies, I'm able to provide this service to my clients for free.
Hi, good morning. I'm Heather DeWeese. I'll be speaking later. So I'm the clerk of the court, but I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Missy.
Hi, I'm Missy Green. I'm the Chief Deputy Clerk at the Circuit Court, and I work with Heather.
Good morning, Trish Carroll. I'm the Chief Communications Officer for Carroll Community College, and if you were here last month, you heard Dr. Ball talk about all the amazing programs. Just want to remind you, we start athletics this fall, so we have men's and women's soccer and cross country. So I hope you guys come out and support the Lynx.
Good morning, everybody. John Hale, longtime realtor, resident of Carroll Vista here in Tawnytown. I work for Coldwell Banker. His office is in Westminster. And many of you already know that I recently started a drone photography business. And I got lucky again and got some free publicity in Carroll Magazine, one of their feature articles. And a nice photograph that I took from over here in the city park of South Tawnytown.
Good morning, Chris Ohanian, Infinity Global Travel, full-service travel agency here in Tawnytown.
Good morning, Chris Tillman, George's on York Bed and Breakfast, 5-room bed and breakfast here in town. And I don't have a whole lot to say today, so it's a surprise. Yeah, yes, thank you very much, Audrey. Yeah, we just celebrated our first year of being open this past week, actually. So we've been open a full year, and we finally got to the point where we're actually turning people away because we're full. Oh, we're so sorry.
Phil and Cindy Mulliken from Catherine's Cause. We held one of our forums on Tuesday. We had 49 offenders show up and one misbehaving offender. So things got interesting on Tuesday night.
Nothing to say.
Hi, I'm Laura Guilford, and I'm a junior at FSK. Hi, I'm Laura Becker. I'll just keep turning around so I see everybody. I'm with Dacio in Westminster. I work for the equipment side of the company, the hardware, providing copiers, printers, plotters, things like that for folks. But we also have an IT services division too, and they just did a really interesting workshop on emails and how not to click on things in your email. So that's just my free advice today, is watch what you click on in your email. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Jillian Dittrich. I'm the manager over at the Tawnytown Library. Summer is in full swing. Lots of things happening at the library. One thing that I'm really excited and really proud of is that this summer we're hosting a free lunch program for anyone from 0 to 18. And in our first week, we handed out 200 lunches. This is in conjunction with the school system and the Maryland Department of Education through a grant that they have. So we are super excited to be serving the community that has a lot of need, and we are happy to help. Thanks.
Hi, Chris Ahart. I'm a CPA with Denbo Jones. We're a full-service public accounting firm. All businesses, individuals, nonprofits, pretty much name it, we probably do it. Thank you.
Good morning, Jim Harris with Alpha Sedan Limousine, full-service transportation company. For those of you planning your summer vacations, need to get up early, we got William for that. Get up early to drive. But we offer 24-hour pickup and delivery service. Thanks.
Good morning, I'm William Hurley from Alpha Sedan Limo Service. We like to provide transportation from Dulles Airport to Philadelphia on a regular basis. We do tours and brewery tours, and winery tours, weddings, anniversaries, proms, birthdays, anything you can think of, we there for you. Yes. And we are looking for drivers.
Good morning. I'm Amy Guilford with the Marriage and Relationship Education Center. We do fantastic, high-impact relationship skills programs for students, couples, and families. I had a young man came up to me after class one time this spring, and he said to me, "Man, I've been up all night just hoping for a sign on what to do about my relationship with my girlfriend." And if you'd like to know what he said and what other kids and people are saying about relationships, please come see me.
What are your hours? Good morning, my name is Glenn Myers. I am a brand new trades teacher for the construction department at Silver Oak Academy. And we're looking forward to meeting many of you and working with you. And these are some of the students that are there to introduce themselves.
Good morning, I'm student athlete Rogers, attending at Silver Oak and working in the construction department with Mr. Myers. And yeah.
Righty. Morning. I'm student athlete Cup,
head chef of the culinary department at Silver Oak Academy, and you know, I try to be. And we starting a catering business, you know, and starting now, but in the near future, we are planning on making our own handcrafted soap, so, you know, be on the lookout for that.
Morning, Jim McCarron. In case you didn't recognize me with these vacation whiskers, I figured I better start out telling you who I am. Just got back from beautiful Kiawah Island Wednesday, and it was a wonderful trip with all my kids and a good many of the grandkids, so what a great vacation it was. But anyway, I'm with Retirement Funding Solutions, and I'm a reverse mortgage banker, and it's a very good time to consider a reverse mortgage or a refinance of a reverse mortgage, or for that matter, a refinance of anything. Interest rates are probably at a 18, 20-month low, and they're predicted to go better. And the lower the interest rates, the more money you can access from the equity of your home. Never have to make a payment. And let me tell you how it works. I'll be happy to share that information with you. If you're thinking about a HELOC, the reverse mortgage is very similar to the HELOC, except you don't have to make payments. And you don't have to worry about your credit line being reduced or other things. So let me talk to me and I'll explain how it works.
Gio Vigliotti, writer in Tawnytown City Council.
Good morning, Keith Reed, residential and commercial properties in Tawnytown.
Laura Balker with The Merchandiser. We can help you market your business effectively and affordably in the local community.
Bob Miller, retired and loving it. Glad to be back, though. I've missed you guys. One piece of advice I'll give you that I learned the hard way: if you're worried about the hardness of your garage floor, do not test it with your knee. It does not work out very well. I've been laid up for about 2 months by doing that. And I'm on the downhill side now and getting better. Two quick things. My church is Boss United Church of Christ on Old Tawnytown Road. Most people know it as the church with the pond, but we also hold annually a antique car, tractor, and farm equipment show. It's August 24th. There's flyers on your table. I just wanted you to get it on, you'll hear about it next month too, but I just wanted you to get the date on your calendar, 10 to 3. And if you're not interested at all in any of that, we have some good food and peach sundaes. Everybody comes for the peach sundaes. I'm also helping out the FSK Junior Eagle football group here in town. They are celebrating their 50th year of being in operation. So it's quite an accomplishment. A lot of good young folks have gone through the program. They wind up over at Key playing football over there. And I'll be seeing you at Key because I volunteer there regularly. Probably, if nothing else, the mock interviews, because all juniors got to do them. But anyhow, they're holding a barnyard bingo, and I have tickets this morning. The tickets are $5 a piece, and they're like the barnyard I hold for the chamber. $800 is the first prize. So if you go through life, I'm going to clean this up because of the audience, but if you go through life, you get crapped on enough regularly, you might as well take a ticket chance. And if you're crapped on in this, you win $800. There's 4 second place prizes of $100 each, and 4 third place prizes of $25 each, and it's a $5 chance. And it goes off next Saturday, the 20th. You do not have to be present to win. If you win, I'll call you from the field. No, but I do offer what the cow leaves behind to the winner if they want it.
Good morning, Daniel Dennis, IT specialist for the City of Tawnytown. Provide services for city staff, elected officials, public safety. want to say good morning. And also thank you to Silver Oak for their help this morning in setting up our equipment.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacob Grunzel, City of Tawnytown IT Assistant, and thank you again, Silver Oak, for helping us set up this morning.
I'd like to introduce our mayor, Brad Wance. Mayor?
Thank you, Nancy. We're going to keep it short. There are a couple things I want to tell you about. Tomorrow, or actually I guess all weekend, are the Terrier Trials over at Memorial Park. If you want to go see a lot of ankle-biting dogs run around, feel free to head over that way. July 27th is the concert in the park with Nautical Wheelers. Nancy, do you remember what time that is? I think it's 5. 5 o'clock on the 27th, Nautical Wheelers at the park. I know we're in summer. We just really started summer a couple weeks ago, but fall's coming, and with fall are the fall youth sports. And all of you with businesses, it's a great opportunity to sponsor a team, to sponsor the league, however it is. But what they do, they need funds coming in. That way they can keep registration low for the kids of Tawnytown to play these sports. You've got field hockey coming up, soccer, football, baseball has a fall league. All of those, they really need support. It's a great way to get your business in front of kids, but especially their parents and grandparents who come out. So thanks for coming out again to the business breakfast. I'll hand it back over to Nancy, but Bob's pointing at me. The Eagles are having a yard sale on the football field during the Terrier Trials on Saturday. And concession stands will be open. So there's going to be a lot going on. I'm not going to cover all of it, obviously. I'm learning more as we go. I'm going to hand it over to Nancy, but thank you so much for coming to Tawnytown. It's great to meet all of you.
One other thing I want to add, if any of you read the Carroll County Times, on the front page was making our police department human. And these guys are out in the neighborhood, they're having fun, they're showing, building relationships and trust. And this is what we're trying to do, and try their Facebook, Tawnytown Police Department. I am very, very pleased to honor and introduce Heather DeWeese.
I'm going to use this. Okay. Hi, good morning. I'm Heather DeWeese. I'm the elected clerk of court for Carroll County. I'm the clerk of the circuit court. I want to first reintroduce my chief deputy, Missy Green. Missy and I have spent the last 6 months just going in and doing a little remodeling and basically reorganizing some of the things at the clerk's office. And for me, it's been a wonderful opportunity. It's been an excellent 6 months. I'm so proud to represent the citizens of Carroll County. And I want to not only show you some of the things that the clerk's office is doing for you, but give you some information about the clerk's office, because often we're asked, well, you know, what do you do as the clerk? So I want to kind of give a little information to you, but I also want to make sure that I show you what I have been doing to kind of hit my political platform. In other words, when I ran for office, you know, typically we as politicians, now that I am one of those, there's 2 in our house, you know, you make promises to the people, and those that know me know I'm a pretty straight shooter, and that if I say something, I'm going to do it. And I want to show you what I've been doing, but not only me, but the group of people who work with me, who are 32 amazing people. Missy and I have collaborated wonderfully over the last 6 months, and I think we have an excellent product that we're providing to Carroll County. So first of all, ooh, is my clicker gonna click? Sorry, we had a little PowerPoint issue this morning, but as a former teacher, I was able to whip that thing back into shape. And I want to, a couple people have asked me, hey, where's Jim? My husband is the sheriff of Carroll County. And unfortunately, my son, Brett, who connection here to the Tawnytown area, the Potomac Valley Outlaws is a club baseball team that has a lot of kids from Tawnytown, New Windsor, Union Bridge. They play over in New Windsor, and he plays club baseball for them. and he was at a showcase and hurt his hip. So my husband is taking care of Brett this morning. So he sends his regards, but one of us had to be there, and I couldn't be there, so he had to take on the challenge of my 17-year-old sitting for the next 8 weeks, and he's not happy. But he needs a little attention for the next couple days, so we make sure we strap him down and don't let him move, and those kind of things, so he heals right. So anyway, the clerk's office. It is one of the oldest public offices in the state of Maryland. Back in 1658, St. Mary's County had one of the first clerks, and every state now has a clerk and a clerk's office. In 1777, the clerk's office was granted permission to issue marriage licenses and other licenses required by law. So my position is local. However, a lot of people think it's a Carroll County position. It is not. It is a state position. And it's within the Maryland judiciary, 3 branches of the government. Used to be a government teacher, so executive, legislative, judicial, so it's in the judicial branch. And every county, like I said, has a clerk's office, and it's a 4-year term. So, here we go. Duties and responsibilities are regulated by the state of Maryland, the laws of Maryland, and the rules of the court. We typically tell others we are the keeper of the record. A lot of people will call our office expecting things like legal advice, and we have to stay neutral. We keep the record. We honor the record. It is our job to protect what goes on in the court and the proceedings, and to accurately portray what has happened in record. So we are, as the clerk, I'm responsible for all actions of my employees, and I will tell you as a supervisor and manager that if anyone in my office is having issues, and Missy will smile because I take it, to me, if someone is truly having an issue, it is one of the things that I graciously take off of my employees' shoulders is, hey, give this to me, let me figure it out. I don't want your day to be spent hours with a customer who has extraordinary needs. So I'm directly accountable for all of those, their performance. Missy and I supervise all of them, and we are responsible to, obviously, the electorate of Carroll County and the state of Maryland. My goal has been to get out into the community and to meet people, find out about their experiences with our office, needs that they have or want, or questions that they may have. I also serve as a liaison to the 4 circuit court judges that we have. We are in the 5th Circuit with Howard and Anne Arundel County. Once a month, we network with other clerks across the county to make sure we're being consistent. If we have issues, we're able to share those issues. We're able to problem solve together. It's a wonderful experience. We've been able to meet a lot of different people that way. Most of you know where the courthouse is, but just in case, the circuit court is 55 North Court Street. We are in the circuit court annex building. We do have a historic courthouse. Jury trials, though, are all held in our building. And our office, the state's attorney's office, as well as the Register of Wills, Orphans Court, are all located here. We have 2 departments in the clerk's office. We have our civil, criminal, and juvenile office, and then we have our land records and licensing office. If you head upstairs to the 2nd floor, this is where our civil, criminal processing, many of the paperwork that has to do with the courts takes place up there. There's a list of things, but everything from foreclosures, divorce, child custody, child support, guardianship. I've had a lot of name changes, people coming in, they have questions about changing their name, those type of situations. So adoption, a wonderful thing that occurs at our courthouse, so and there's plenty of other things that I could have put up there, so I just want to give you a brief overview. We also have liens and judgments that are recorded in our office, your federal tax liens, hospital liens, property tax liens, Maryland tax liens, district court liens. So criminal filings, because we have a criminal department. I just was speaking about the civil department. Our criminal department is going to handle any of your state's attorney's charges, police, information. Any appeal from district court is held in circuit court, and our office records those. Prayers for jury trials, you know, if people would select to have a jury, that's going to go to circuit court, and then grand jury indictments. We also have the juvenile records. Sometimes people will call and ask for records, juvenile records. We cannot give those out. Juvenile records and adoption records are not open to the public except by order of the court. And I threw this in here because many of you now are familiar with what's called Maryland Case Search. Raise your hand if you are familiar with Maryland Case Search. Okay, good, some of you. And this is something very interesting. As a business owner, I think that I could have thrown up the address, but if you Google Maryland Case Search, it's going to pop right up. You can go online and you can look at public court records online through the state of Maryland. I mean, I do this all the time. If I want to hire somebody, I'm going to go to Maryland Case Search. I've even if they worked in North Carolina, I'll Google their North Carolina records. Sometimes it's good to see who you're employing. It's a tool. I've used it for babysitters. You know, I mean, you know, I also one of the things a lot of people have asked me, and kudos to the Career in Tech and to FSK Junior Eagles. I coach high school basketball at Manchester Valley, and I still do a lot of things with North Carroll Rec, and I'm very proud of that because, you know, having that connection to the community and being somebody who works with children, I use Maryland Case Search all the time. I want to know, you know, I usually hand select all my employees, but even if there's somebody that I may not be as familiar with, a new somebody, you know, I check that real quick. So that would be a piece of advice I would say. Now, that being said, I've had phone calls in my office where people are like, oh my gosh, this is on Maryland Case Search and it shouldn't be on there. I can't do anything about that. The clerk's office is not in charge of that. So, you know, if you do have an issue with that, you can contact us and I can give you some information to try to help you get that cleared up. But our office is not responsible for Maryland Case Search. We do not put that information on there. Okay, jury service. This is another phone call, email we get a lot in my office. Hey, Heather, I got called for jury duty. I'm on vacation that week. I can't help you. And I typically say, I'm really sorry, but I'm not the jury commissioner. So the jury commissioner's office and the clerk's office are separate. And it's really important that you follow the little guideline on the piece of paper and make contact via email or the phone. We can do nothing for you. You know, but Corinda is a wonderful woman. They do a great job. There's a hotline and an email hotline that you can go to. And it is random. I promise that, you know, no one is purposefully picking you. It's a great duty for you as a citizen, but no one looked at your vacation schedule and said, oh, I'm picking you. You're going to go. One time I got chosen. My husband was the barrack commander at Westminster, and we were going on our 10-year reunion, like wedding anniversary, and it was, you know, I had to call Corinda, and I had to do the little jury thing, and I had to move it to the next week. So everybody has that opportunity at some point, but I can't help you, so I'm sorry. Expungement. Now, this has been a really big, hot topic, and that's removing your record from something like Maryland Case Search. So I have had business owners come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to get a liquor license, but I have this little thing that I did when I was 22, and I'm now 45, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, you can get it expunged depending on what it is. Now, remember, it depends if it really was a little thing and it was a misdemeanor, you know, or it was a minor traffic violation or something of that nature. Yes, and I'm not going to go into, I could spend all morning telling you about expungements. I put on the table an expungement brochure that's available in our office as well. And if you have something, or you know somebody who has something that, you know, for example, you know, motor vehicle that we can't handle, but MVA can. You can call the MVA. there are police files that can be expunged. Matter of fact, if no charges are filed, it's automatically expunged within 60 days. But prior to 2007, you're going to have to contact that police agency and how they handle it. Now, they're not, court and police files are not always expunged automatically. You have to remove these records with a petition of the court. And if the charge was dismissed, you need to petition the court to have it removed. If you are found guilty, you have to petition the court to have it removed. If you are found guilty of or not criminally responsible for certain nuisance crimes, specific misdemeanors, specific felonies. I had somebody contact me and say, hey, you know, when I was 18, 19 years old, I was in college in Baltimore, and I, you know, kind of vandalized like something, but I paid for it and da-da-da. You know, they're 50 years old now, and they're, you know, a wonderful, productive citizen. And so if the crime is no longer a crime, it too can be expunged. So that was like kind of the criminal piece. Downstairs in our ground level is our land records division. This is where you have your recording of your deeds, mortgages, your leases, deeds of trust. Oh, I'm skipping. And I apologize because when we were moving stuff back, I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about e-filing. E-filing, we are electronic now. And that's really great. For our office, we're much more efficient. We went live before I took office in April, and I know Missy will attest that it was a journey for our office. But I wanted to just tell you a little thing that happened to us. We have been working on morale and productivity and efficiency on our office, and Missy and I were at a conference, our joint conference of the chief of the clerks of the courts and the chief judge for Maryland District Court, which I know we're circuit court, but he helped implement MDEC and create MDEC, Chief Judge Morrissey. He actually did a shout out to Carroll County and to our little office of 32 people. And because we did 1,477 envelopes, which are tasks in the in MDEC for the week of June 17th to the 21st. What's interesting about that week is it's June. Many people are taking vacation. A lot of kids just got out of school, so their parents are taking a day off to get them situated. So we weren't fully staffed that week. And so it was so exciting, and I was so proud to go back and share with my employees that our office was commended for their outstanding performance and numbers of efficiency that they were doing for such a busy week in the summer. So back to Land Records. Land Records also has many of their programs online, your marriage licenses, your business licenses, accessing different programs. We're able to do that through the internet now. I have had people ask me, we have not destroyed, we have titles from, oh my gosh, I think it's 1800s. We have books that list all the properties. And so when people do title searches and things of that nature, those books are still available. As a former social studies teacher and a history major at Mount St. Mary's, I am not getting rid of a book. I can promise you that. So those books are going to stay there, and they're there for public view. It's really neat to look through it. So if you've lived in the county for a while and you have family property and things of that, and you have a couple hours, please come down. It's kind of neat to see generations of landowners and how it's progressed. Subdivisions, plats, condominiums, contracts, all that are available through our land records, and they're held there. Financing statements are also held there. Notaries. Anybody here a notary? Because I know some for your businesses have to have them. Notaries are commissioned in my office. We re-swear them in. Military discharges are available to only next of kin or the veteran, the DD-214s. And we marry people. That's the other cool thing in my office. We marry about 400 couples a year. We got our shout out for our new marriage room. But it can range anywhere from 5 marriages a week to 25 marriages a week. It just depends on time of year and, you know, whether there was a harsh winter sometimes. Well, Missy's laughing, but she knows. But, you know, hey. Anyway, so licenses, you have to get a license. If you're going to get married in our county, you have to get a license in our county. A lot of people don't realize that, but you know, if you're going to go to Cancun or Key West or do a vacation wedding, a lot of people will come to our office, get a license, and quickly get married in our marriage room, so that they're married, and then they go down and do their destination wedding. So, you know, if those are some ideas for some of you that, you know, are thinking about those type of notions, and especially my travel agents here, you know, that sometimes the paperwork for getting married somewhere else can get a little, you know, crazy. So our ceremonies are civil because we are a state agency, you know, we separation of church and state. But then they are recorded. Anyone that gets a marriage license is able to obviously be married in our courthouse or outside in our courtyard. And my land records personnel will marry you. I have married 2 couples so far. It's been quite a privilege. Often, though, my staff is marrying people, but you can call and request me, or you can. Missy has been requested now. We just got her able to perform marriage ceremonies as well. So, a couple things that we've done. You can get your marriage license. If you've done, I just did my license. If you all have had to do the real ID, you have to have a copy of your marriage license. You have to have your certification of marriage, right? You have to have that. And if you've changed your name, all of those pieces. So it's really important to check those real ID documents, and if you need to come to our office to get one or write into our office to get one, you can. What I've done for military and first responders is I've allowed them to have up to 4 free copies. This is because often military and first responders need extra copies for various life insurances and policies, and the military requires different things. So we were charging them before, and I'm not doing that anymore. So we made that change. You guys know you have to have a business license. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you don't have one and you have a business, that's not a good thing. So make sure that you get one. But I did have some people ask me who were getting ready to start businesses, you know, I got something, but I don't really know if I need one or not and where to. So what we did, if you see on the table, is we created a brochure specific to Carroll County, and it's creating your marriage license. I'm creating a marriage license, and and a business license. We did both, so you're going to see that in a minute. But we had a lot of people asking questions about that. And just to give you an idea, our land records, a lot of people are like, oh, how much money do you bring in? Cashier collections for Carroll County Circuit Court, $7 million for 2017. 362,000 are cashiers actually physically collected. So we have a lot of money going through our office, credit cards, checks, cash. Many of these funds are distributed back into Carroll County and throughout the Maryland judiciary. I also put on the table for you a Maryland Law app. And you can use your little Q reader to pull that up, or you can just Google Maryland Law app. If you hit the chat button, you have free access to an attorney. So this is a service that the state of Maryland provides. Whenever I go and speak, I make sure I bring that law app with me. I have it on my phone. You know, how often do we have that luxury, you know, to be able to speak, you know, for that opportunity? Maryland does a very good job of self-help programs. What I found is they don't always communicate it to the public, and that's where I feel like I can do that for us in Carroll County, and that's why I'm kind of outdoing what I'm doing. We have self-help videos that we can provide. Anybody that wants to represent themselves, or you would be called pro se, you can go online and you can look at all of the video topics that are at marylandcourts.gov. And there's a video library, and I gave you a card that has all that information on it with just samples. One, if you notice, one of the first ones is expungement, but I have a very close friend who her daughter is special needs, and she's about 23 years old, and she's like, Heather, should I get guardianship? And I'm like, well, I can't give you legal advice, but I can send you to marylandcourts.gov, and I think you should watch this video on guardianship. Because, you know, your daughter is of legal age and she can make decisions now, and you've bought her a car and she has a job and she's living in an apartment that you bought for her. But guess what? She can put anybody in that car she wants, she can drive wherever she wants, and she can let somebody move into that apartment. And there's not going to be a darn thing you're going to do about it because you put that apartment in her name and you put that car in her name. So, you know, look into, like, and this could not only be for children of special needs, but it could be aging parents, it could be anybody that needs help, guidance, and assistance, so you can protect them from being, you know, taken advantage of in other ways financially. You know, we always think physically, but financially, you know, identities can be stolen. You know, you have to protect those that you love. So there's many other things. Mediation's way cheaper than getting a divorce attorney. You know, not to say, you know, don't go to a divorce attorney, but mediation is cheaper. And those services are available. And unfortunately, in my office, I can marry you downstairs and I can make sure you're divorced upstairs. So, but let's talk a little bit. I know everybody wants to get out of here and go to work. I know it's a beautiful 95-degree weather day. But I'm going to tell you that I've been doing, and with the assistance of Missy, and again, 30 awesome people that work hard every day. Here's the things we've been doing. So here's my platform that I had for you. One of my promises was to increase communication with the citizens of Carroll County and circuit court personnel. Build bridges, okay? That's my goal, build bridges. So this is what I'm doing. I'm coming and talking to you. I'm going to a lot of business communities. You're the core, you're the anchor to our communities. You, the schools, are the core. And I appreciate you recommending to come out and support, you know, the FSK High School, because let me tell you how many jerseys my children wear that have a back of a business, and they are the first business I go to when I need something. Because as a high school coach, a rec coach, a former college basketball player, I can tell you that athletics is expensive, you know? So, you know, I appreciate that. And so when I come to these things, I have to be neutral and I have to be fair, but I can tell you this, I want you to have as much information as you can. And I want you to know that I'm here to help you, and if I can help you, I always tell people in my office, I'm a doer, so I'll get someone to help you. One way, I'll figure out how to get you the help that you need. All right, so I have improved relationships with the Carroll County Commissioners, the Maryland delegation. You know, I'm very close with April and Haven and Susan, and you know, the commissioners, all of them. You know, Steve Wance and Dennis Frazier, and I mean, I get all of them. Ed Rothstein. They're great guys, and they really do care about Carroll County. And I'm going to tell you, and to all of them, you know, in different capacities. Actually, Mr. Weaver came and toured our office, and I said, you know, Dick, I really need help. I said, I want you to see how easy it is to access my people. I just had a former player come up, and I was in a meeting with Missy, and I walked in, and she was sitting on my couch. And I'm like, hey, Grace. And I'm like, how'd you get in here? She goes, I just walked in past the sign. Oh, that's great. Well, Grace is a great girl. She wants to be an attorney. Went to Glen Elk High School. But not everybody in the courthouse is always there happy to see me or other people in the courthouse. And our security is immensely lacking. And so there had been a proposition put out in front of the commissioners for 3 years for a $300,000 monies to put key slides in our courthouse. I mean, think about it. When you go to your business, you know, hit the little button. How often do you, hospitals, they have a badge, they swipe. We don't have that. And I'm like, so Dick, what do you think? He's like, I'm shocked. He's like, but this is the first time I've really been through here. And I said, good. I said, I need help. And so, and that was, I talked to all five of them in different capacities and said, I need help. And so guess what? We have $300,000 now to put those sliders in. And we're going to have key service, and I'm getting a wall built so that my people are safer and that somebody can't just run through there and shoot or hurt them or be angry at them. We can secure our personnel. And so I'm very excited about that they approved it. And a lot of people were like, how do we get this money? And I'm like, because I talked to them. I sat down and talked to them and I walked them through our building. And so I think that communication is very important. I have a good relationship with the sheriff today. We'll see how the rest of the day goes, but right now we're in good terms. Anyway, because he's my husband. So, but a lot of people thought that might be a conflict of interest. He's local, he's executive, I'm state and judicial. Separation of powers and federalism is a wonderful thing. But I think it's a huge asset when it comes to having, relationships for security. If I need something, I don't need to go through anybody. I'm like, hey, Jim, I need this. And that's important because I have a great relationship with our bailiffs, with our security personnel, and I am able to communicate with them what we need in our courthouse to be safer. And so they have been flooding my desk with little notes. Hey, Heather, including, hey, Heather, can we get a Dunkin' Donuts? I'm like, I'm on that. So I'm actually going to reach out to Dunkin' Donuts and see if they want to come in. So, we'll see if I can get that. If I can get that, I think that's pretty good. Anyway. So, and I've been just going out and guest speaking. So, improving customer service. This is huge to me. There's a picture of our brochures, by the way. You have one of them. But I made both of those with the help of Angel Cell in our office. But I wanted you to see that we want it to be catered to Carroll County, not to just to a county in the state of Maryland. This is our marriage room. It's Carroll County rustic barn theme. I thought that we needed a room that represented our county and that was quaint and personable. Before, it was just white walls. Anybody here married in the courthouse, like recently? Okay, very plain, very mundane. So we put up some paneling, as you can see. We moved the room for security purposes so that now people aren't going up and down the halls. And we reconfigure it. Matter of fact, there's a sink in that room. Can't see it, can ya? So anyway, we did a lot of, and it was very cheap. It was very cheap. I got a lot of decorations at Big Lots. We were not, trying to go for Wayfair. We did the best we could with the budget we had, and I'm very proud of it. If you want to know who did the paneling, well, I saved a lot of money. He was free. It's my husband, and my son. So they spent 2 whole weekends in there getting that fixed for us. But it saved us about $2,500 in labor. So anyway, improving office efficiency, professionalism. So what are we doing? We have committees. Missy has helped immensely with helping us get committees started. We have a security committee. We have a health and wellness committee. We have our courtroom clerks. You might see them out walking. So, we have a break room committee, and what you see on the left is our break conference room, where I've reconfigured all the furniture so that they can break together. All those pieces pull apart. We can do webinars, we can do trainings, we can do conferences, we can do meetings. And with our cuts in the judiciary this year and our travel budget, I'm anticipating that they're going to be coming up and saying, hey, we need regional trainings, and I want to be one of the places to give regional trainings. So with the furniture that can be moved in any type of configuration, that gives me that flexibility. Before, we had a table with about 8 chairs in a room about this big. So now all 32 people can meet. We can have staff meetings, which we do once a month. We have supervisor meetings once a month as well. And we're communicating, not only just to you, but there's communication through my office. Transparency, communication. I let them know what's going on. And we created a dress code policy in our office as well. So I just wanted to give you some of the things that we're doing. I was talking about security. Because of my security committee, they have reestablished the security committee. We now have our circuit court meeting. It's myself, Jim, Administrative Judge Hecker, Westminster City Police. We are all now meeting once every 2 months to try to reconfigure the security plan for the entire courthouse. I already put in new security features that until the walls get built and the cards come. I created a tornado drill. I went through and asked about 20 people in my office, what do we do if there's a tornado? I think we go downstairs. Yeah, that's not a plan. And I would recommend, just, but you should have emergency plans for your businesses. So we started creating emergency plans. The tornado one we're working on, it's almost finished. I'm working, the courthouse itself doesn't have a plan for that, so I'm working with the security administration to implement that. And we haven't had a fire drill in over 10 years at the courthouse. And so that's a little alarming to me, coming from the education field. How do you get people out? Where are we supposed to go? And how are we supposed to go? And how do we do this? So I'm implementing those plans right now, and I'm working with Judge Hecker and Jim and all these, and I say Jim, the sheriff, but I'm working with them to make sure that our courthouse is safe. Because guess what? Y'all could be in that courthouse, right, with us. So you need to make sure that everybody's safe. I made everybody go to active shooting training. And then I took a pre-test, and I'm going to share this with my group. In August, we're going to have our staff meeting because summer is kind of, everybody's taking off. But I did a pre-test. This is something you can do with your businesses. Have everybody if you want the pre-test, come see me. Very interesting. Found out what deficiencies they had in their knowledge of security. We just had active shooter training, right? How much did they retain? So now that I know where our weaknesses are, we're going back and doing separate trainings and discussions on those few. And most people got it 80%, so I was really excited. That's a B. But those two things could cause that person their life. So I want to make sure they're safe. You see there's the bailiff area where people walk through. We're working on what we need to do to make those changes in those areas as well. I've already talked about the $300,000. One of the other things we've done you saw how much cash we take in, right? We work on changing our cash policies too. I'm working on getting video cameras in places they need to be and protection and security of our cash. So we're dedicated to you. We're dedicated to providing you public service. Great customer service is one of my other goals. So when you call our office, I expect people to treat you with respect. If you're not happy, I still expect them to treat you with respect. If you're really not happy, you're probably going to talk to me. But I'm going to talk to you with respect. We cannot give legal advice again. I just wanted to remind you. And if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My card is on the table. My cell phone's on there. I know that's a little dangerous, but for me, I feel like being a public servant that the public needs to access me, and I'm out and about now doing those things, so I'm not always in the office. So if you're like, Heather, hey, I was at Tawnytown, I had a question, don't hesitate. You can text me, you can call me. I'm up till about 1 a.m., so I won't call you back at 1 a.m., I promise. But I do my best work at night. So anyway, you're always welcome in our office. Thank you for having me today. Thank you to everyone who did the broadcasting, and I appreciate your attention during this time. So, Missy, thanks for coming today, and it was good to see everybody.
Was there any questions anybody had? Ken?
I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. Heather, you're the circuit court clerk.
I am. I'm the clerk of the circuit court.
Jim's the sheriff.
He is the sheriff of Carroll County.
Your son plays football.
He does. Yeah. Well, I just want everybody to know that although we live in the Manchester-Westminster area, we are very much connected to this county in so many ways. Through athletics and through just meeting people across the county. I've lived here for 21 years, and I love this county. It's the safest county in the country, I feel like, and definitely the safest county in the state. I bet you we're close in the country, too. And so I'm proud of where I live, but more importantly, just because I live in Manchester and I coach in Manchester Valley, I love our community, so anything I can do to help Carroll County, I'm willing to do. So yeah, but he did play. I know. Anybody else have any questions? I know it's pretty thorough, so I know you need to go to work. By the way, go Lynx.
See you next month, Boys and Girls Club, Bonnie Mashulam. Thank you for coming.